Wayne Roberts with RE Academy, and I'm here with Tan right now, and she has been on the system less than 24 hours, and she's one of my favorite student stories because I'll let her tell you herself. Tan, what's happened in the last 24 hours?
So basically in the last 24 hours, I have gotten over 200, I think we're at 247, 243, somewhere along in there, leads of people who are booking on the calendar for a home buyer consultation. So we are doing them in 15-minute increments, getting them in and out. I'm having to pull in some extra lenders that I haven't used before because my lenders are swamped trying to pull them. So amazing, amazing, amazing results. So I've never gotten over 200 leads, close to 250 leads in a 24-hour period. So.
Now, Tan, going into 2019 with this new strategy, do you feel that this can help you catapult to have the best year you've ever had?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Hello, and welcome to the RE. Hi, this is Dwayne Roberts. I'm here with Annie Smith. She's a realtor. She's on our program for the RE bot appointments. Annie, tell the audience what you think about the program so far and how that compares to things that you may have tried in the past.
I went from mediocre, trying to find leads, getting out there, not a whole lot going on, but enough going on but not meeting my goals. But once I started the bot, started this program, it has taken off full throttle. I mean, energy is shot through the roof. I can't keep up with the leads. Other realtors are calling me and saying, hey, what's this thing you have going on? And it's just awesome. And I'm looking to do over 6 figures this year with that. And this platform has given me, it has just put me on top of mind. I know I have over 200 and some, just in the last week, probably almost 200 people to call back or to follow up with.
That's amazing. Now, would you say that the bot has allowed you to gain some of your time back? I mean, do you honestly think that without the automation that you have any chance of following up with all these people?
No, I would not. I love it. And everybody that I'm telling them about it, I say, go ahead and just click the link. Just try it. They're loving it. I'm loving it. That I don't have to worry about posting. Basically, I fired my daughter who was posting for me, but not in a timely manner. And this thing is just awesome. It's just wonderful. I mean, it's posting everywhere. I'm getting leads from everywhere. I'm even able to refer some of them out in another state and still make money.
That's awesome. So what types of programs have you tried in the past with limited success?
Well, basically company leads, programs with the IDX, things like that. Posting myself, doing things like that. Couldn't afford to pay some of those big time ones because they were costing lots of money, hundreds and thousands of dollars a month. So like I was knocking on doors, sending out mailers, you name it that a realtor did or does, that's what I was doing. Now I don't have to do that anymore.
How much real setup did you have to do in order to get this thing rocking and rolling for you?
I didn't do anything. You did all the work for me, Gizmo.
Yeah, I'll pull that out of you there a little bit. How many people have jumped on your calendar without you even talking to anyone and they just scheduled a call?
Okay, the first day I had 3, and then I think I have 7 more. So 14, 16, 17, 18, but 20 people so far, and we just started the calendar thing.
Advice would you give to anyone that maybe they're watching a webinar right now, or maybe they see this video that I throw out there on the internet and they're debating, hey, is this Dwayne Roberts guy, is he for real? Is this program, am I going to waste my money? What advice would you give to those people?
No, I would say you're not going to waste your money. This program has changed my life. I have set goals that I've never been able to meet. This year, I have confidence that I will meet my goals with this program because it's putting me on top of mind. It's putting me in front of thousands, maybe even millions of people. It's giving me a platform to work from. It's giving me a website, well, not a website, but a web page. What is it, a Facebook page? He introduced me to the calendar, which has changed my life. And not only that, I'm in a city that I didn't know anybody. And now people recognize me on the street. They recognize me in the grocery store. I'm on top of mine. And so now people, when they're ready, I've had people that had before contacted me and they saw this and they recontacted me because they saw this post go out. and they got excited. I have agents calling me wanting to know, what are you doing? So for the new person that's coming in and everyone is saying, build your database, in a week, maybe 2 days, you'll have your database built.
Tell me, from the time that we started this program, how much money have you spent on ad cost?
None.
Excuse me?
Zero.
You haven't spent no money on ad cost at all?
No money on ad cost.
And people are jumping on your calendar and you didn't even spend $1 in advertising?
That is correct.
Within the first.
Hey, Jessica, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I am fantastic. I've been looking so forward to be able to present what we have to your group today. It's absolutely amazing. So hopefully everyone can hear me. If you don't mind, go to the chat and let's check our audio and our visual, make sure everything's good. So if you can go over to the chat right now and put, I can hear you, I can see you, that would be amazing. Because believe it or not, I have got 10 minutes into a webinar and nobody can hear me. So that was never a good thing. So we're going to look for some feedback there on the right-hand side to make sure that you guys can hear me. So Jessica, if you don't mind, tell a little bit about the group, about how you found out about what we're doing. Actually, we approached you and what's happened from the time that we said, hey, let's test this out with a couple of your people.
Well, as you all know, I'm Jessica Hensley, and I am the founder of Real Estate Mega Moms, where we help moms create a life and a business that they love. I always have to get my little tagline in there. And so in line with that, creating a life and a business that you love, one of my friends, Kristen Westerman, and I believe I'm saying her last name correctly, she reached out to me a few weeks ago, and actually Kristen and I had connected about a year ago regarding chatbots. And so she had came out with a few things. And so anyway, she reconnected with me and she introduced me to Dwayne and basically said, hey, you know, I was scratching the surface a year ago. What Dwayne's doing is like amazing, a million times better. You need to listen to him. You need to connect and see what he has. And so Dwayne's been in the business for 15 years, and apparently he's been, you know, doing lots of leads and had a lot of success with cold leads and converting leads and knows how to generate leads. So she let me know that I should connect with you and that you had the program that you wanted to roll out to our moms, but you were going to let me test it first. And so I'm so grateful that you let me do that, because I have seen a ton of success from it so far.
Awesome. Hey, that's really does my heart good. You know, what I've noticed in this business is that once people get through their warm market, they're wondering, what do they do next? And they're subjected to companies like these, I call them mega corporations, like the Zillows and the Realtor.com, and they can spend hundreds and thousands of dollars with very little training support. So we put a platform together that actually changes the game. You know, the hashtag game changer is nothing more appropriate than what we actually have to offer. So Jessica, thank you so much for inviting me to be able to present this to your group. You know, I know you put me through a rigorous screening process, and you wasn't going to roll this out to the ladies that entrust you until you know that rock solid that we have something that is an industry game changer. So it is my, you know, it's my honor to be able to present what we're going to your group. Now, for everyone that's on right now, we're about to get started with the webinar. Let me know what you can expect during this webinar. First of all, and most importantly, please make sure that you kill all distractions, all right? So if you've got another tab open right now, close that down. And I know I'm going to say something that's completely 100% taboo, but take your phone and turn it off. I know we're realtors and we have to get that call, right? But listen, this is the most important training, or one of the most important trainings that you're going to ever have in your real estate career. So it's important to you, because I already know this stuff. It's important to you that you take away every distraction you possibly can. Now, the webinar is going to last approximately about an hour. And then at the end of that, we're going to open up for a live Q&A session. So most of your questions are going to be answered during the webinar. So during that webinar, we do have staff who is monitoring the chat support on the right-hand side. So if you have a question, feel free to put it in there. We'll answer that question for you. But if your question does not get answered during the webinar, we're going to come back live at the end to answer all those questions. All right. So guys, here we go. Hope you guys are excited. I'm going to turn off my camera and get started with the presentation, and then we'll come back exactly when the webinar is over to answer any questions that you have. Everyone excited? Woohoo! Here we go.
All right.
Well, hello everybody and welcome to the webinar. This is Dwayne Roberts and today I am going to show you how you can fill your appointment calendar with buyer and sellers without spending a dime in advertising. Now, for most of you, I'm guessing this is probably not your first webinar. So the first thing that I want to mention is that if you have failed in the past with internet leads, it's not your fault. There's a lot of information out there and it can be completely confusing. Sometimes that information keeps you from being successful because you're in complete overload. So it's okay. Now, if you've been concerned in the past that you just can't succeed with real estate, I want you to put all those fears to rest right now because you can do this. You just need the right person to explain it to you. You see, these big corporations like Zillow and Realtor.com, they don't want you to learn how to generate your own leads. They want you to think that you have to buy their fancy CRM system and lead platform in order to be successful. But I'm here to tell you right now, they're wrong. These companies benefit by you not knowing how to get leads. So they want to keep you in the dark and 100% dependent on them. Now, the difference between us and them is we actually do care about your success and we want you to truly be living the life of your dreams. So that's what we're here for. I know that you have a dream to grow your real estate business and I'm going to have to show you how to do that on this webinar. Now, I have two goals for this web class. The first one is I want to help realtors and loan officers get consistent appointments from buyer and sellers that are jumping on their calendar wanting to have a conversation. And secondly, I want to introduce to you a proven, done-for-you system that is only available to our students. Now, for those that may not know me, my name is Dwayne Roberts, and over the past 15 years, I've had experience as a realtor, a loan officer, and an internet marketer. When I was 28 years old, I jumped into the loan business, and I was working at a boiler room refinance operation. I quickly became the #1 salesperson in the entire company. They tripled my salary. They gave me a nice fancy office and all that jazz. But even with all of that success, I was still missing something. I wanted to be my own boss and I wanted to live life on my own terms. Then one day an opportunity presented itself. That's when I had this aha moment that literally changed the entire trajectory of my life. Now I chuckle about it, but at the time I felt that I was working the wrong side of the transaction. I felt that the more, faster, easier money was being made as a realtor and not a loan officer. So I put in my 2-week notice and I jumped directly into real estate school without really doing my homework. Now I passed my exam on the first round. I shelled out all kinds of money that I wasn't expecting, but I was super excited to get rolling. Now, like most agents, when they first start, they're going to work their warm market, right? I was taught to call every friend, family member, acquaintance, person that I went to church with, and all my high school buddies and make them aware that I was now a realtor and I would love to help them buy or sell a home. Now, that worked for a while until one day I realized that, heck, I had no one else to talk to. My entire warm market was worked to death and I had a serious reality check. As long as I had people to talk to, I was doing fine. But if I had no one to talk to, I had to figure it out, or I had to go back to get an job, and we all know that's just over broke. So not knowing what to do, I went to my broker and I was looking for advice. After all, he's the guy that had experience, right? Now, he was happy to cheer me on and give me advice, but I could literally sum up all of his advice into 2 words: cold call. He wanted me to cold call FSBOs. He wanted me to cold call expireds. He wanted me to cold call withdrawals. He wanted me to attend chamber meetings, network with other agents, do open house caravans, and all that other old school stuff that simply doesn't work anymore. But I am not a quitter. I'm a fighter. And I knew that there was a better way, and I was determined to find it. I was not going to be living on the phones like a telemarketer. I was not getting up every Thursday morning for local B&I meetings, and I was not going to send out postcards and mailers. So I turned my search to Google to find a solution. Now, back in those days, it's not as confusing as it is now because there were only a handful of lead companies to choose from. Today, it has completely gotten out of control. A recent search for the keyword real estate leads brought back 342 million search results. It's no wonder that 87% of agents end up retiring their license after 18 months. Who do you know that you can really trust? Now, I promise you over the last 15 years that I have invested in every single major lead company. Some were good, some were bad, and some of them just plain ripped me off. I kept thinking that the grass was greener on the other side, and these companies had to be better than the next company. So I kept going into this continuous sales trap from one company to another, hook, line, and sinker. But let me ask you a question, guys. Can I have permission just to be real and raw with you? I hope so, because that is the only way that I roll. And if you can't handle the truth, then it's a good time to exit this webinar right now, because I'm about to dish out some medicine that may be hard to swallow. As a matter of fact, if you're sick and tired of getting the runaround and you're ready to handle the truth, go ahead and put in the comment box, tell me the truth, Dwayne. Right now, go ahead, put in the comment box, tell me the truth. Because I do not believe in sugarcoating anything. So if you can handle the truth, let me know by putting it in the comment box. Tell me the truth right now. So here's the truth. The truth is that I was chasing a pipe dream. Leads are leads. Point blank period. Let's pretend that I got a lead and his name was Bob. If I called that lead and the other person answered the phone, hello, this is Bob, then that's a good lead. The rest is up to my ability as an agent to build a relationship with Bob and to cultivate him into a commission check. So let me ask you a serious question. Do you think that real estate school properly prepared you on how to get leads and to really do this business? Or do you think it prepared you just enough to pass the test? Now, I'm going to put a poll up in here right now, and I'm looking for some answers. So give me your answer. Now, for me, real estate school just prepared me enough to pass the test. Nothing more and nothing less. The ability to market yourself to attract clients is something that is never taught in school and, quite frankly, hardly ever taught at brokerages. But have you ever wondered why? It's because most brokers don't know how to properly market themselves either. They open an office to make money off of your efforts because they were tapped out on their own. So unless you have a reliable, predictable system in place to attract leads and convert them, you're just gambling. So if you wake up in the morning and you don't know who you're working with, you're gambling. If you don't know how to get an ROI or measure your ROI with your time and your money, you're gambling. And you know what they say about gambling, right? The house always wins. Now, although I have been seen in Vegas from time to time, it wasn't gambling. Over the last 15 years, I practically lived in Vegas, attending every marketing conference I could find, trying to absorb as much knowledge as possible. I've lived, ate, and breathed online real estate lead generation. I was completely determined, and I had complete certainty that I would be the absolute best in the world. I was smart enough to know that in order to get ahead, I needed knowledge. And I couldn't be the smartest person in the room, or I was in the wrong room. See, there were two ways that I could gain that knowledge. Choice number one was to learn the hard way with good old-fashioned trial and error. And choice number two was to take a shortcut by seeking out the very best in their respectful industries and to learn from their successes and their failures. Guys, is this making sense to you? See, I had to make a choice. I could either pay now for coaching or I could pay later with trial and error. Either way, I was going to pay. Might as well go the fastest route possible, right? So I decided to surround myself with people that was much smarter than I am. Tony Robbins says that 80% of success in life is psychology and only 20% mechanics. Over the past 15 years, I have studied and implemented real estate strategies from the very best in the industry. I'm talking about Craig Proctor, Brian Buffini, Tom Ferry, Kendra Reese. I studied internet marketing and participated in masterminds with the absolute best coaches in the industry. Russell Brunson, Mike Flassane, Billy Jean, Dan Henry, Frank Kern, Evan Pagan, and the list literally goes on and on. Now, throughout the years, I have easily invested over 2 years of my life in conferences and masterminds, and over $100,000 in education and personal development alone in order to fast track my real estate career. And it was the absolute best decision that I ever made, because at the end result was like me getting a PhD for online real estate lead generation. And all this education made me realize that in order to take my career to the next level, there were only 3 skill sets that I had to master. The first is I had to learn how to attract buyer and sellers. The second is I had to learn how to automate my follow-up. Third was how to convert them from an internet lead to a closing table. So let's talk about the first one, getting leads. Now, I quickly realized that I can get leads from just about any source at retail. I mean, I can buy leads, right? I could spend $30 to $40 per lead with Realtor.com or $2,000 to $3,000 per month with Zillow. But the problem is that those leads were also shared with 3 to 4 other agents, and they're not very motivated to talk with me. So here's another dose of truth for you. When somebody is surfing online and they come across an ad on Facebook or Google for find out how much your house is worth or get a list of homes, they click not thinking that someone is about to literally blow their phone up with text messages, emails, and voicemails. I mean, are you getting this? But that's what we're taught to do, right? So these potential clients are going to be completely turned off, and they're never going to respond to anything, even if they truly were interested. You got to remember something. If this woman right here was on Realtor.com or Zillow and she was surfing for homes, she's going to be required to fill out a form. When she does, her information is going to be sold to 4 agents simultaneously. If she went to both sites, she could have up to 8 agents or more blowing her up. So do you see why this can give anyone a massive headache and instantly shut them down? I have spent hundreds of hours chasing down leads, and I finally came to one conclusion. You have to attract leads who want to call you, opposed to you chasing them. Once you've learned to do that, it's game over. So we've covered the first skill set that you need to master, attracting leads. So let's talk about the second one, which is automating the process. You have got to have automation. And it has to feel like it's not a canned message, in a way that appears natural, in a way that's going to get customers to want to respond to you when they are ready, on their terms, not just because you're trying to earn a commission check for next month's mortgage payment. Guys, does this make sense? You know, follow-up is the key to success. But for 99% of agents, they resort to leaving emails, text messages, multiple voicemails, chasing down leads. And I'm telling you right now, there is a much better way. Facebook Messenger has a 98% deliverability rate. Compare that to email, and if you're lucky, a 3% open rate. So armed with this knowledge, why would anyone do anything other than that? That's the difference between follow-up and effective follow-up. You see, when the internet first came out, there was an announcement made at the NAR convention that it was going to completely change the industry, but people laughed. And I think we all know the rest of the story, right? Once thought an impossible feat, Facebook Messenger bots are quickly gaining popularity and once again changing this entire industry. Now, if your reaction right now is laughter, then I'm telling you, you're going to miss the boat. The key is learning how to attract buyers and sellers with direct response marketing that people will actually respond to, and have a bot that will actually engage with them. Now, once you've learned to do this, it is a complete game changer. Now, I sure hope that you guys are getting this because I'm throwing out some serious nuggets here. So far we have covered attracting buyer and sellers. And then we've covered automating the follow-up process. So the last skill set that we have to master is lead conversion. So leads are great. Closings are much better. And this is where most agents get frustrated and they do it completely wrong. So let me ask you guys a question. I'm going to put a poll up right now and let me know your answer. How do you convert a lead that is being blown up by multiple agents? So go ahead and look at your screen and make your choice. Do you fine-tune your Superman or Superwoman sales skills to outsell the previous agent? Do you continue to blow up their phone with emails, text messages, and voicemails like you've been taught? I've got the answer, and I know for many of you it's going to be a shocker. But drum roll, here it is. You don't. Now, I know this goes against everything that you've been taught in the past, that you have to be a superstar salesperson. You have to, quote unquote, overcome the objections. But there are two truths here that are completely 100% universal. Truth number one, people do not want to be sold. And truth number two, 95% of people do not like to sell. So you may be wondering, how do you bridge the gap? It's easy. You see, you don't have to sell something to somebody who already wants what you're offering. You just have to advise them by answering their questions and keeping them on the right path. It's like working with your friends and family. I mean, do you have to hard sell these people in order for them to trust you to do in a transaction? Of course you don't. It becomes natural. At the height of my real estate career, I was making it rain. I was converting 70 to 80 transactions per year using a simple, proven formula. Now, over the years, as technology changed, it evolved, but the basics always remained the same. You see, traditionally, agents get licensed, they burn through their warm market, and they go broke trying to figure out how to do this business. And if they're lucky, they're going to buy leads and close 1%. So there's no wonder that agents end up retiring their license. You guys probably don't want to spend the next 15 years in trial and error and over $100,000 in education fine-tuning your skills like I had to. So it's no wonder that agents end up retiring their license because it's very hard. But let me show you the easy way. RE bot appointments is the accumulation of my entire life's work. It is 100% the easiest and fastest way to grow your real estate business. Now, who would be interested in seeing the process laid out for you? Now, if you haven't been taking notes, that will be an excellent time to start because I'm about to drop some massive value bombs. So if you're excited and you want to see what I've put together, make a comment in the chat box, show me the money, and let me know. Go ahead, find that chat box and type in the words, show me the money, and I will reveal the secret recipe. So here's the first step. We're going to play some ads that will attract a buyer or seller to engage with you. We don't use typical ads like interest rates are low or buy now or what do you think your home is worth, because everybody is doing that stuff. You have to do something different to get something different. See, we've become ninjas at direct response ad copy. Next, we're going to set you up a bot on Facebook to handle all the initial inquiries. And depending on how they engage with the bot that we call Gizmo, it starts the filtering process. We have built the most realistic human-like bot in the entire universe. See, this thing filters people out and it pushes them along the sales cycle until they're comfortable setting an appointment with you. Now, once they've set an appointment, the battle is half over. At that point, they've already decided that they want to use you and they want to work with you. If they jumped on your calendar without you ever having interaction with them, then all you have to do is be yourself and guide them to getting under contract. Then finally, you'll get to go to closing and walk away with your commission check. Now, not only has this worked for me, but here's a story about Annie, who has recently been introduced to the system, and look at her transformation that she's had in just a short 30 days. Hi, this is Dwayne Roberts. I'm here with Annie Smith. She's a realtor. She's on our program for the RE bot appointments. Annie, tell the audience what you think about the program so far and how that compares to things that you may have tried in the past.
I went from mediocre, trying to find leads, getting out there, not a whole lot going on, but enough going on but not meeting my goals. But once I started started this program, it has taken off full throttle. I mean, energy is shot through the roof. I can't keep up with the leads. Other realtors are calling me and saying, hey, what's this thing you have going on? And it's just awesome. And I'm looking to do over 6 figures this year with that. And this platform has given me, it has just put me on top of mind. I know I have over 200 and some, just in the last week, probably almost 200 people to call back or to follow up with.
How much real setup did you have to do in order to get this thing rocking and rolling for you?
I didn't do anything. You did all the work for me, Gizmo.
Yeah, I'll pull that out of you there a little bit. How many people have jumped on your calendar without you even talking to anyone and they just scheduled a call?
Okay, the first day I had 7, 3, and then I think I have 7 more. 14, 16, 17, 18, but 20 people so far, and we just started the calendar thing.
What advice would you give to anyone that maybe they're watching a webinar right now, or maybe they see this video that I throw out there on the internet, and they're debating, hey, is this Dwayne Roberts guy, is he for real? Is this program, am I going to waste my money? What advice would you give to those people?
No, I would say you're not going to waste your money. This program has changed my life. I have set goals that I've never been able to meet. This year, I have confidence that I will meet my goals with this program because it's putting me on top of mind. It's putting me in front of thousands, maybe even millions of people.
Now, over the next 30 minutes or so, I want to cover the 3 secrets to getting buyers and sellers jumping on your calendar without spending a dime in advertising. So the first secret is that you can make this work for yourself, even if you've had limited success with internet leads. The second secret is that you don't have to be a techie to set this up. And the third secret is that you don't have to know anything about writing ads or direct response marketing. So let's talk about secret number 1, how you can make this work for yourself, even if you've had limited success with internet leads. Now, let me tell you a quick story. When I was first buying internet leads, I got so frustrated because I couldn't actually get anyone on the phone. I was like this guy right here. I would call them just as soon as they came in. I would send them text messages. I'd leave them voicemails. I would send them emails for days on end. And I finally figured out that if someone's online poking around at real estate, that they could just be at the beginning of their transaction and nowhere close to actually making a decision. So regardless, every time they surf the site, they're getting hit up and pop for their contact information, and they started getting blown up by agents. So can you see a problem here why these guys aren't wanting to respond? But what do they tell every single agent that calls? Even though they're really interested in the marketplace, what do they say? Not interested, right? But does that really mean that they're not interested? Or are they just sick and tired of being blown up with phone calls, emails, and text messages? Remember, nobody likes to be sold. So let's pretend that there's a couple that had every intentions one weekend to go out there and buy a car. They had their financing approved and they had their down payment in hand. He wants a truck, she wants a crossover, but they simply can't decide, so they decide to check out a few dealerships. When they walk into the first dealership, they are eagerly greeted with an overly enthusiastic salesperson who strongly puts out his hand to shake theirs and says, "Hello, welcome to Beeman Toyota. Can I help you?" Now, what do you think 95% of people say? That's right. You're thinking it, and I didn't have to even say it. No thanks. I'm just looking. Only 5% of the world's population would have asked for help. It's human nature. Remember, nobody likes to be sold, but everyone likes to buy. They're just kicking tires, trying to figure out what to do. Now, let me give you another scenario. Let's say someone had already done the research. They scoured the internet looking for cars. They looked online to find that best deal. They located the exact car on the exact lot, and they set off in person to go see it. When they get to the dealership, the conversation may be much different because they wanted to talk. They made the decision to talk on their terms. Guys, do you see the difference here? Is this starting to make sense? So I tried so hard to be the best agent that I could because I immediately responded to lead inquiries. I can't tell you the number of times that I wrote and rewrote an email sequence thinking that somehow if I just said the magic words that it will make someone want to do business with me. Sometimes it felt like the harder that I worked, the higher the bills were actually stacking up. And I literally started to doubt if this business was for me because it felt a lot like this guy, completely frustrated. I started dreaming about a system that would run all by itself, that would allow me to work by appointment only. You see, I loved working with people. I just needed more people that really wanted to work with me. So the problem was I knew that it required software and programming skills, which I didn't have. And I couldn't afford the minimum $25,000 price tag to have something made. Now, I tried piecing together different platforms, and it took months to complete. I would have 6 to 8 things glued together, but when one thing broke, it all came down. And that's when I started thinking. I knew what my strengths were. What I needed was a talented programmer to be my partner, to build the crazy ideas that were in my head. That was the missing piece. So over the next 15 years, I developed strategic partnerships with programmers who were much smarter than I was, so I can leverage technology to get buyer and seller leads and also to get them to want to interact with me. I needed to support my family without neglecting them. I needed to support my family and not be too busy chasing down leads. I mean, I felt horrible every time I had to miss my kid's ball game or their school play because daddy had to go show a house. My business was completely out of control, and I would work with anyone that was willing to work with me. It was literally costing me everything, including my sanity. And most importantly, my relationship with my wife and my kids. I needed to weed through the tire kickers and talk with buyer and sellers that took that first step by scheduling a call with me. I needed to be one in the control, not the other way around. And it wasn't easy. Trust me on that one. My team and I would stay up sometimes until 3 a.m. in the morning working through the bugs and tweaking things. I mean, we had freelance programmers quitting on us without any notice because they took a real job that paid them a salary. Google changed their algorithms overnight and it destroyed months of work. Facebook consistently changed everything. Guys, there was a lot to manage and a lot to keep up with. But I couldn't quit because I had everything on the line and I had to make it work. Over the years, modern digital agent continued to evolve, and it will continue to evolve because the technology is always changing. Our latest victory, RE Bot Appointments, has allowed our students a fighting chance and has allowed them to support their family without being held hostage by a mega corporation, and has allowed them to do the things that they really love to do. Real estate on their terms. And it can do the same thing for you because our system virtually guarantees your success. You don't have to chase down leads no more and try to be a better salesman because we developed a system where buyer and sellers schedule themselves to talk with you when they are ready. The results? Absolutely better than imagined. See, when a lead comes into the system, our students get a text message notification on their cell phone with all the buyer or seller's contact information, like the name, the email, the phone number, where they're looking to move, the time frame they had in mind, the price point they want, if they have been pre-qualified, and it even allows you one click to instantly engage into a personal conversation if you want. The cool thing is it didn't just work for me. It works for all kinds of people. Look, here's Patricia. And she's used to doing things the old school way. And she thought learning how to use technology was going to be hard. But after she took a leap of faith, look what happened to her.
Within the first 4 days, I received 97 leads. 97. Out of those 97, there was 27 that were completely filled out with all the information that us as real estate agents could only yearn for. In my 18 years, have ever experienced anything like what you have created here. over the top, 97 leads. I mean, I don't know what else to say to get anybody's attention, but they really need to look in and investigate what it is that you put together, because it is quite a sophisticated system, Dwayne, and I can't thank you enough.
So now that I've shown you how you can make this work for yourself, even if you've had limited success with internet leads, isn't that awesome? Are you guys starting to get this? Awesome. Hey, so let's talk about secret number 2. You don't have to be a techie to set this up. Now, tech is my thing, and I often forget that not everyone is a super geek like me. So my team will set up everything for our students. All you really have to do is create an account with a scheduling app. Will cost you about $8 to $10 a month. Set up a couple groups on Facebook and we'll show you how to do that, and we will take care of the rest. Now, I know it sounds too good to be true, but we would much rather set you up ourselves so we know that it's done right, so you can focus on what you do best: close deals. Again, guys, this works for all kinds of people. Look, here's Angela, and she always thought that learning how to do social media was hard. But after she took her leap of faith and tried things this way, this is what happened.
That as of today, I have 111 active subscribers. I don't know the exact numbers as far as who came in and who left, but I have 111 active subscribers that have opted in and have not opted out and have not unsubscribed. Out of that 111, I've had 7 appointments, 7 people with lenders, and 2 people that have asked me to call after the holidays.
When you passed your real estate exam, do you think that it properly prepared you to learn how to do this business?
Absolutely not.
What did you experience?
Absolutely not.
And how did things change once you got into our program and we were able to coach you?
A lot. I started thinking not just inside the box, but outside the box, as far as not doing everything always so traditional. And this bot has been a huge game changer. Totally what you've done for me in the last 4 months has changed my life.
Now, I sure hope that you guys are getting excited, because we've taken care of everything, because you don't have to be a techie. This should be making several people on this webinar super excited, ready to dance, because most people hate the tech part, and now you don't have to worry about it. So let's talk about secret number 3. You don't have to know anything about writing ads or direct response marketing. Now, when I first started, I didn't have any experience with ad copy, so I tried to model what other agents were doing. So I started creating ads looking for buyer and sellers on Craigslist. You know, the same old ads like this one. Looking to buy a home in the Nashville area? Give me a call. Or what about this one? Interest rates are low. You should buy now. And let's not forget the, would you like to know what your home is worth? The problem is these ads simply didn't work. And I realized that proximity is power. What I mean by that is if you can get in front of enough people that are in the best of the world, then you're going to learn through their experiences, and you're going to save yourself a decade of time just by one insight. So that's what I did. The best in the world at the time was a guy named Craig Proctor. I had to seek him out. I knew that I needed to speed up my learning curve, or I knew I would just keep spinning my wheels. So I ended up joining his Inner Circle and Mastermind program, where I could be personally trained by him. Now, I think my wife literally had a heart attack when she realized that it cost $10,000. But the truth is, it ended up being the absolute best decision I ever made, because it helped me realize how to create ads that will get emotional hot buttons with buyer and sellers. Literally, overnight, I went from marginal results to getting blown up with responses. It's kind of like when you make a Facebook post and you think people are going to like it, share it, give you some hearts, but then crickets. Made me wonder if people even saw my ad, or maybe they just didn't like me. But after I made the change, and I instantly started having more responses than I could possibly handle. And it all boiled down to how I was advertising, who I was attracting, and where I was attracting them. I'm going to take you behind the scenes in the ManyChat dashboard and show you some live examples of what we've been able to accomplish for some of our students. So here's Annie. You saw her video earlier. So if I go over here to audience, you're going to see that she has 187 leads that came into the system. Now everything's tagged out appropriately. We covered this in closing, but let me show you something. She had 36 of these people actually book a call on her calendar. That's pretty significant. So, and out of that, she had 110 that gave complete contact information. So if I click on that link right there, all these people, these are real leads that didn't cost her a single penny. The last one came in 4 hours ago. So if I click on that, you're going to see all the information. You're going to see the time frame, the purchase price, if they've been pre-approved, the size, where she wants to be, a 3-2 phone number and email address. And then Annie received a text message with all this information, and this person booked a call directly on her calendar. Okay, so let's look at a couple more real quick. So let me choose Assad here. Okay, so Assad has 96 subscribers right now. Now let me go to his audience and see what he's got going on. So Assad has 12 people that completed all the information. So these are rock solid leads. The last one came in 5 days ago. Let's see what else we got. Let's look at Pat Manali. All right, Pat Manali has 119 leads right now. And if I go to audiences, you're going to see that she's got, let's see here, 40 people that completed all their contact information. So 40 solid leads out of that. And she's had 11 people actually book a phone call directly through her calendar. Now that doesn't mean that she only spoke with 11 people. That means they booked on her calendar without her even knowing about it. She's had a lot more conversations than that. So we teach you how to do both in the training platform. All right, so let's do a couple more. Let's check out Grace Levine. She has 125 leads in the system right now. And if I go over here to audiences and scroll down, let's see how many of these gave complete contact information. So she has 85 people, the last one 4 hours ago, that gave complete contact information. That's rock solid. And out of those people that actually booked a phone call, we had 31 people jump on her calendar that she had no interaction with. All right, so let's just do one more and we'll get back to the webinar. I think you guys can get the point. All right, so let's check out Tan here, okay? So Tan is an agent in Alabama with Remax. She is killing the platform right now. She has 512 leads that came in. But I'm going to show you something, guys, all right? We started her campaign on January the 3rd, okay? Today is January the 11th, okay? So in that period from the 3rd to 11th, she has 512 leads that came in. If I go over to her audiences, you're going to see that we have 221 with complete contact information. These guys are hungry, saying, raising their hand and wants to be called. And out of that, she's had 83 calls that were actually booked on her calendar, all right? Guys, it just doesn't get any easier than this. So I wanted to show you some behind the scenes that you can see how this system works and the types of results our students have been able to get. Now that I've opened up the treasure box and showed you the 3 secrets that you need to know in order to make this work for yourself, don't you think that's awesome? You can make this work for you even if you've had limited success with internet leads. You don't have to be a techie because we're going to set up everything for you, and you don't have to know anything about writing ads or direct response marketing. So let me ask you a question. If you followed what I showed you in secret number 1 and found a system that you would have people jumping on your calendar, and then you did what we showed you in secret number 2 and you allowed us to set up everything for you, and then in secret number 3, we gave you all of the ads that you needed to run, do you think that you could be successful? So let me ask you a question. How many of you are excited about what we've talked about and have just been waiting for something like this to come out? Or how many of you may feel like this guy, fire hose with so much information you're overwhelmed because you can't digest it all. Guys, it's impossible for me to get everything that I've learned in 15 years over to you in a 60-minute presentation, but I'm going to try the best I possibly can. Now, for those who are ready to move forward and want to implement this new opportunity, I have created a special package for today's webinar only. So if it's okay with you, I'd like to spend the next 10 to 15 minutes going over a very special offer that I created to help you implement these strategies like this into your business. So if you want to see it, put in the comment box, yes, show me, Dwayne, so I know that you guys are interested. All right, guys, come on, find that chat box, get excited because I'm about to change your life forever. Give me some love. Go ahead and put in the comment box to let me guys know that you want to see what I put together. But show me, Dwayne, show me the money. Show me something to let me know that you guys are excited and that you want this. Because when you invest today, you're going to get everything that you need to fill your pipeline full of buyer and sellers. We're going to set up all the tech stuff. We're going to make sure that you're fully trained in how to use our tools and stay completely organized with your appointments. We're going to show you how you can nurture other leads until they are ready and work with the hot ones right now. We're going to start you off with an instant access to our 6-week RE Bot Appointment Masterclass. And this is what we're going to cover. On week number 1, we're going to talk about the big picture with Facebook groups while our team is setting up everything in the background. In week number 2, we're going to dive into automation with Gizmo, your personal bot assistant that will filter out and will have buyer and sellers gravitating to want to use you as their agent. In week number 3, we're going to teach you how to advertise on Facebook for free with those ads that we give you to invite unlimited buyer and sellers to jump on your appointment calendar. And then by week 4, you'll be ready to learn about our lead conversion and follow-up training. And we're going to learn how to work with ones that are hot now and how to nurture other ones until they're ready to book an appointment. On week number 5, we're going to teach you how to stay completely organized by sending hundreds of clients to your loan officers and best practices on building your pipeline for now business and future business down the road. And then finally, in week number 6, we're going to wrap it up with our training with your personal Facebook branding group, which is virtually guaranteed to keep you top of the mind awareness. Now, let me show you some people who've had a chance to go through this. Let me introduce you to Calvin and listen to his experiences.
Absolutely. I mean, it's all about generating leads and automation. I mean, the ability to consistently bring in a steady stream of leads and then have the chatbot automate a lot of the follow-up. I mean, it's a game changer. So we're not having to pay for those Facebook leads anymore because the group auto poster is generating those leads for us.
And then there's Grace. This is what she has to say. What types of programs have you tried in the past, perhaps with limited results? And how do you think that this compares with the promises that were made and what you may have seen in the past with promises that were made in other programs?
Well, I'm going to let you know right now, I have used Realtor.com for leads and Zillow.com for leads and Trulia way back when. And I'm going to tell you right now, there is no comparison to the product that Dwayne Roberts has to offer. The minute that it hits the ad, people start clicking. And I mean, I was so amazed at this product that Dwayne has. And I just really don't have any words. I'm like super stoked. You got to try it out. That's all I got to say.
How much have you spent so far on lead cost?
Today and since, okay, let's just say from the moment that I got this, zero.
So what you're telling me is that you've got all these leads, you haven't spent a dime in advertising. It's the best program that you've seen so far. Let me ask you a serious question now. Now that you've seen the system and you know what it can provide for you, honestly, what is this program truly worth? What is this training and this setup and what I've been able to provide to you worth to you and your family?
Worth a lot of money. I mean, the training, the helping out, the on-site instantaneous answers from you. I mean, you cannot compare. I mean, it is worth the money that you're asking for, if not more. I've been like a prayer that has been answered because all I've been doing is praying because of all the stuff that's happening right now. I'm like, Lord, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? It's like, I'm behind the 8 ball. Then I get this news. I'm like, how am I going to do this? And then all of a sudden it's like, poof, there goes Dwayne. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? So I want to say thank you for at least being part of my life or part of my journey, if you will. Okay.
And probably one of my favorite stories is Tan. You won't believe the results that she was able to get in just a couple days. Wayne Roberts with RE Academy, and I'm here with Tan right now, and she has been on the system less than 24 hours, and she's one of my favorite student stories because I'll let her tell you herself. Tan, what's happened in the last 24 hours?
So basically in the last 24 hours, I have gotten over 200, I think we're at 247, 243, somewhere along in there, leads of people who are booking on the calendar for a home buyer consultation. So we're doing them in 15-minute increments, getting them in and out. I'm having to pull in some extra lenders that I haven't used before because my lenders are swamped trying to pull them. So amazing, amazing, amazing results.
So I want to go back to make sure that you realize who this is for. It's for realtors and loan officers who are just starting out, who are already successful, and they want to scale their business. It simply does not get any easier than this. Now, you may be thinking to yourself that you can't afford to get started, but let me put your fears to rest right now because this is affordable for everybody. Today, I am offering you education. I am offering you 15 years of real estate lead generation wrapped up into a 6-week course that will dramatically speed up your learning curve and give you instantaneous results. When you sign up today, you're going to get instant access to my 6-week masterclass. It has a value of $2,997. We're going to teach you step by step how to join specific groups on Facebook, what to post to these groups manually to attract buyers and sellers. But as a bonus, you're also going to get part of this special package, access to our Facebook group auto poster, absolutely free for the first 12 months. This is going to allow you to supercharge your efforts because it's going to work for you on complete autopilot. You'll have everything that you need in the masterclass to do this, but with this bonus tool, you'll be able to 10x your efforts by setting up everyone on complete autopilot. Now, when I was figuring this stuff out, I ran into big roadblocks because I didn't know how to code. I didn't know how to program, but you don't have to do that. I spent over $7,500 in 1 year of my life to figure out an efficient way to handle this. But I don't want you to have to recreate the wheel. So I've already got proven results, so I'm just going to give it to you. Does that sound cool? Now, also with this tool, you're not only going to save you time and money to develop it, it's going to save you months or even years of wasted time and money because you'll be doing it right from the first time. There is absolutely no trial and no error. Now, so you're going to get access to our 6-week RE Bot Appointments Masterclass that has a value of $2,997. And you're going to get a 12-month subscription included as a bonus to our Facebook group auto poster that has a value of $2,364. This brings the grand total of this package to $5,361. But I really wanted to go the extra mile for you guys, and I wanted to make this a no-brainer. So also, as part of this special package, I wanted to give you 12 of my best performing campaigns. I'm talking about the exact ad copy, the images that I use, the downloadable reports, everything the customer gets, the follow-up sequences, everything. Just literally handed to you on a silver platter. Now, I had to split test hundreds of campaigns over the past 15 years before I figured out which ones worked best. But you don't have to do that because we've already tested everything and proven that it works. You're going to get access to our Buyer's Trap campaign. You're going to get our First Time Home Buyer Stop Renting campaign. You're going to get our Top 10 Question campaign. You're going to get our Zero Down campaign. You're going to get our Save Thousands campaign. You're going to get our VIP Home Buyer campaign. Let's talk about seller campaigns. You're going to get access to our Costly Mistakes campaign. You're going to get access to our Inspection Trap campaign. You're going to get access to our Move Up Mistakes campaign. You're going to get access to our 27 Quick Tips campaign. And finally, you're going to get access to our For Sale by Owner campaign. Each one of these campaigns is what we refer to as clickbait. When someone responds to an ad, it's handled everything by Gizmo and then followed up to see if you're interested in buying or selling a property with you. People who are ready now will jump on your schedule. People who are not ready, Gizmo will continue to nurture with reports and information to warm them up to feel comfortable jumping on your calendar. Imagine what it would look like if every single morning you looked at your calendar and it was booked solid with buyer and sellers who scheduled an appointment with you. So let's recap everything that you're going to get by investing today. You're going to get access to our 6-week RE Bot Appointments Masterclass that has a value of $2,997. You're going to get access to our Facebook group auto poster 12-month subscription that has a value of $2,364. You're going to get access to our 12 done-for-you campaigns. Business in a Box Plug and Play has a value of $1,997. Now, all these campaigns, they've been tested. They've been proven to work. You have no trial, no error, just 100% plug and play. So this brings the value of this package to a grand total of $7,359. Now, I want to talk to you about Gizmo. Gizmo is our bot. Now, for those that don't quite understand what a bot is, it's kind of like having an entire support team of little bitty assistants or ISAs, otherwise known as sales associates, to filter the leads as they come through to tee up the ones that are ready to talk to you. When a lead comes in, it's going to welcome them and provide them information. And if they're interested in a list of homes or a special report, it's going to provide that. Then it's going to continue to follow up by continuing to provide value and giving them an opportunity to schedule a call. It's kind of like having a perfect employee that you never have to pay and never calls in sick, and it doesn't have to be trained. When someone engages with the bot, you'll get a messenger notification and a text message if they completed all the information to become a full buyer or seller lead, along with a link to engage in a conversation right there through Messenger. Guys, do you see how powerful that is? It took me attending a workshop and a masterclass to figure out all the bells and whistles, and my development team spent 90 straight days testing and tweaking the most human-like and responsive real estate bot ever. But you won't have to learn anything and go through the trial and error, because when you invest today, my team is going to set up everything for you. Completely 100% turnkey and customized to you and your brand. Here's everything that you're going to get. You're going to get access to my 6-week masterclass that has a value of $2,997. You're going to get a 12-month subscription to our Facebook auto poster that has a value of $2,364. You're going to get 12 of our done-for-you campaigns that has a value of $1,997. And now you're going to get a professional bot and installation license for 1 year for $997. This has a total value of $8,356. But I also wanted to provide so much value in the course. So I kept thinking to myself, what is something that would really help everyone out? I mean, what could I throw in as an unbelievable bonus that will get everyone super excited? So I also decided to throw in a surprise bonus of something that's really cool. So when you invest today, you're going to get access to our secret vault of scripts, which will help you know what to say and how to say it in just about every situation. You see, I had to go through 15 years of trial and error, memorizing every real estate guru's prospecting and follow-up scripts from courses that I bought and masterminds that I attended. But you're not going to have to do that, because I'm going to give you my secret vault of scripts as a special bonus. This bonus is going to make it faster and easier for you to get buyer and sellers to want to use you. How? Because it asks the right questions and triggers the right emotional pain points that will instantly separate you from the competition in your prospect's mind. You don't have to be some superstar salesperson to convert appointments into contracts. Here is everything that you're going to get. You're going to get access to my 6-week RE-Bot Appointments Masterclass that has a value of $2,997. You're going to get access to our Facebook auto poster for a 12-month licensing subscription for $2,364. You're going to get 12 of our Done For You campaigns, plug and play, for a value of $1,997. You're going to get a professional bot and installation license for 1 year that has a value of $997. You're going to get all of our awesome sales scripts that has a value of $497 for a total value of $8,853. So with everything that I'm offering with this package, it's really a no-brainer for the right person. But I still wanted to provide even more value, so I kept thinking, what could be the one thing that if I did that, what would maximize my students' results and make this course completely stand out from everything else? So what I decided to do was to pay it forward. As one final bonus, my most important asset, the thing that in this stage of my life I consider to be the most valuable, and that is my time. For the first 50 people only that take advantage of this special offer, I'm going to also give you 12 months access to my elite real estate closers coaching club. Now, this coaching club meets monthly online using your webcam, and you're going to have direct access to me personally and all the coaches on my staff. So if you've been wanting a coach, here's your chance to get one included in this deal. In addition to meeting once per month online, you're going to have direct access to my team and I Monday through Friday from 10 to 5 Central Standard Time to ask any questions or to get advice. Now, Elite Real Estate Closers is reserved for my inner circle of students, and they are 100% dedicated to taking their business to the next level. I typically charge $1,000 per month to have direct access to me, but during this special offer, I'm going to throw in 12 months access to my Elite Real Estate Closers Coaching Club at no additional charge, but I can only do that for the first 50 people. So let's recap everything that you're going to get. You're going to get access to our 6-week RE-Bot Appointment Masterclass that has a value of $2,997. You're going to get access to our Facebook group auto poster for a 12-month subscription that has a value of $2,364. You're going to get 12 of our Done For You plug and play campaigns that has a value of $1,997. You're going to get a professional bot and installation for a 1-year subscription for $997 licensing deal. You're going to get our buyer and seller scripts for $497. And you're going to get access to our Elite Real Estate Closers Coaching Club that has a $12,000 value for a total value of this package of $20,853. Now, obviously, I'm not going to charge you $20,853, but if all this did was help you close one deal per month extra, an extra 12 deals per year, it would totally be worth it, because you're going to be developing a lifelong skill set that will have you closing over $100,000 a year in business each and every year. So if all this system did was teach you how to finally build a predictable, scalable business that allowed you to drum up buyer and sellers on demand by getting them to jump on your calendar every day, would it be worth it? And if all it did was help you set up the tech stuff because we did it all for you, so you can concentrate on having conversations with buyer and sellers, and helped you build a pipeline of 10 plus people per month that wanted to do business with you, would that be worth it? What if all it did was gave you the exact campaigns that you can use over and over again without any guesswork, without any trial and error, and it would completely change your entire real estate business? Would that be worth it? You see, guys, I had two choices when I priced this out. The first choice is I can go as cheap as possible and to sell as many as possible. But the problem with that is I really couldn't stack on the extra value for you. So I decided to go with the second option, which obviously requires a slightly higher investment on your side. But in exchange for that, we can dedicate more time, energy, and resources to virtually guarantee your success. So if you think that you finally found the missing piece of the puzzle, which would allow you to have a successful client acquisition system covering you up with buyer and seller appointments, what would that be worth to you? How much would you pay to finally stop chasing business and attract clients like magnets into wanting to work with you? So one last time, here's everything that you're going to get and the amazing offer that I'm about to get you. It's only going to be open to the next 50 people. So get another browser ready now, because once the cart is closed, it's closed. You're going to get access to our 6-week REBot Masterclass for $2,997 value. You're going to get access to our Facebook group Auto Poster 12-month subscription that has a value of $2,364. You're going to get access to our 12 done-for-you plug-and-play proven campaigns for $1,997 value. You're going to get a professional bot and installation license for 1 year that has a value of $997. You're going to get buyer and seller scripts that has a value of $497. And you're going to have access to me and my team through our elite real estate closers coaching club that has a value of $12,000 for a grand total package worth $20,853. But of course, you're going to pay nowhere near that. Now, let me put this into perspective for you. I charge brokerages $2,997 to set something like this up for them without the bonuses. But since you've invested this time with me on this webinar, I'm going to reduce the price, but I can only do it for the first 50 people to a one-time setup fee of $495.97 per month for all of this education and the licensing of our bot and Facebook auto poster. And if you know that this is something for you, but you can't quite swing the $495 right now, I'll even finance your education, and I will break it up into 3 easy payments with no interest or credit checks. 100% guaranteed approval. I will use my money to help you get started. Now, you can do a one-time setup fee of $495 now and $97 per month, or I will break it up into 3 easy payments of $165 and $97 per month, so the choice is yours. So if you know this is for you, then open up a new browser and type in www.moderndigitalagent.com/go. Guys, this offer is only good for the next 50 people, so make sure that you open a new browser and you want to lock your spot right now. The $495 option is for a setup and $97 per month for a 12-month commitment. For those that do not like monthly commitments, then you can choose to pay a one-time fee of $997 for 12 months of service and then continue on month 13 for $97 month to month. Now, if you're wondering why we're asking for a commitment, it's because we have to protect our intellectual property rights. Because experiences have shown us in the past that sometimes when we finance a portion of the education, some agents stop paying after we have revealed the magic trick. Now, I'm not saying that anyone on this webinar would ever do anything like that, but I am running a business here and I have to protect my interest. So you can pay $997 today for an entire year without any commitment, or we'll finance it for you with a down payment of $495 or 3 easy payments of $165, but that does come with a 12-month commitment. But because you've invested time with me, you've proven that you really want to get this result, I'm making you this special offer. I wanted to throw something extra in, a bonus that was crazy, a bonus that's going to make you completely open a browser and get this course if you're on the fence. I wanted to make sure that you have everything that you need to be successful and that you do not talk yourself out of success, because you've got 2 choices. The first choice is you can do nothing. If you do nothing with the information you learned in the last hour, what are you going to get? Nothing. Or you can take a leap of faith. Just test it out and see if it works for you. And you'll be happy to know that I'm not going to hold your money hostage. You don't have to gamble. If this doesn't work for you, you're covered by our 30-day money-back guarantee. So you can test drive it now, and I guarantee it will work. Speaking of guarantee, I want to be 100% crystal clear here. This is an educational course. It's like paying for tuition to Harvard to get a PhD in real estate lead generation. But once you've purchased, you're committed, and there are absolutely no refunds. Unless, for some strange reason, we set up everything for you and you don't get any appointments or leads. Now, knock on wood, we haven't found a market yet that it doesn't work in, but I wanted to give you that extra peace of mind in knowing that if our setup and training does not provide you appointments and leads, then we are happy to cancel everything and give you all your money back. The real question is it worth throwing the dice and a few minutes of your time to check this out? Even if it only does half of what I claimed today, it will pay for itself within one closing. This offer is only good for the next 30 minutes. So I'm going to put a countdown clock on the screen now, and when the countdown clock gets to 0, this offer is closed forever. So if you have any questions, we're going to have staff on standby. Make sure you put them in the chat. Don't leave this webinar until you have your questions answered, because the 30-minute countdown starts now. Guys, habits are really hard to change. I could leave this webinar right now and I can go enjoy the rest of the entire evening. I'm already successful with real estate. This has already been working for me. But this is not about me. This is 100% about you. If you leave now, you might have think that you've learned a lot of cool stuff, but I guess by tomorrow morning, you've already slipped back into your normal routines, right? You're just going to do what you've always done, because that's what most people do. But because I'm your coach, your friend, and your mentor, I'm not going to let you fall back into your old habits. I'm going to make sure that you're successful by breaking them. And if you want real, lasting change, then you need repeated exposure to this full system. And that's what you're going to get if you invest today. So open up a new browser and type in www.moderndigitalagent.com/go to lock in one of the 50 spots before they're all gone. And when you're ready to change your life, this is what you need to be doing. First, open up a new browser. I don't care if it's Google Chrome, Firefox, Safari. Type in www.moderndigitalagent.com/go. And on this page, you're going to see payment options for this special offer. You'll have a couple of options to get started. Option number 1 is to pay $4.95, which covers your setup and installation, and then $97 per month. For this special price, we do require a 12-month commitment. Afterwards, your monthly go. Option number 1 is to pay $4.95, which covers your setup and installation, and then $97 per month. For this special price, we do require a 12-month commitment. Afterwards, you'll simply go month to month for only $97. Option number 2 is to break up the initial $4.95 into 3 separate payments. Today's charge would be $165, and then on month 2 and 3, you'll pay your second installment of $165 plus your $97 for a total of $262. Then you'll continue $97 per month for the remainder of the 12-month agreement. Now, we do have a third option, which gives you the complete access to the course and everything that we talked about on the webinar for 12 months for a one-time upfront fee of $997. This includes your setup, the installation, the course materials, and our elite real estate closer closing membership. So over the first year, this option actually saves you $662. So guys, the choice is 100% yours. You can get started today for as little as $165 or you can choose to take advantage of the first year savings of $662. Either way, all options give you everything that you need to be successful and to start filling your pipeline full of buyer and sellers. It looks like we do have a few spots left. So if you want this, you better act now before the countdown clock is gone, because they're selling out fast. Once you've chosen your payment option, you're going to be redirected to a page to enter a button that will send you to a bot to get all your information. Make sure that you leave us your birthday and your
Are we on? I can't hear you.
Can anyone hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Hey, awesome. We have 87 people on the webinar. Hey, let me explain a couple things just so we can kind of clear the air on a couple things. Yes, the value actually stacks at the end because we actually get statistics and we know who actually walked away from their computer, who's browsing other things. Remember when I said don't have any other distractions, right? So a lot of times what we do is we repeat the offer. So people that walk away and they come at the very end, they know everything they're going to get for their investment, all right? So some people that actually turns off, I totally get it, completely understand. Maybe it's not the system for you. I don't mean that to be rude, but what I'm trying to say is that things change all the time. By the way, every time you hear my phone go da-ding, 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 that's somebody else that's getting involved in the system right now. So we've got a few spots that are left right now, but what I want to do is open up to some questions and answers. Okay.
Well,
so
I wanted to give them my little bonus. It's what we had talked about before, Dwayne, that we're going to go ahead and open up a second group for the people that enroll. So you guys can have my personal support as well. Cause I know Dwayne's group and program is growing and growing and growing, and, and which is amazing, but I don't want my moms to be, lost in the shuffle by any means. And I don't think they will, but to make sure that you guys are taken care of, we're going to go ahead and start our, for the people that sign up, we're going to have our own Mega Mom group for this, for the chatbots. So that's the surprise that I wanted to share. Yeah.
That's a good deal. Teresa just asked a question. She said, hey, if this is recorded, why is there a few spots left? Some of the presentation is recorded because honestly, I just don't want to say it every single time we do a launch. But here's the deal, all right? I don't launch this all the time. That's why there's only spots available. See, there's companies out there that will launch to anybody and everybody that wants to buy, and I don't do that. I only launch a certain group at a time, and when the spots are gone, they're gone until I open again. Because what I do is I take those people that invested and I actually pour my heart and soul into them to make sure that they're set up, to make sure they're getting leads, to make sure they learn how to convert. And then when that's done, then I'll open it to another group. So that's normally about 35 to 40 days away. But I'm not going to continue to sell and sell and sell this. As a matter of fact, I had a conversation with Jessica earlier today before the webinar, and I specifically told her that I'm probably not going to be opening this again for a minimum of 30 days. I'm going to take the next 30 days to really coach and help you guys out. So that's why.
Well, and also he let me know that basically the correlation between commitment and investment is true. So, the more you invest, the more you're going to actually commit to the process. So because of that, he's actually not going to offer this price point again. So we're the last group that gets the 165, that you're able to break it up into the 3 payments.
Yeah,
and so
also, question. She says, after we buy, do the leads stay consistent? Yes, the leads stay consistent. There's 2 ways that you can get leads, all right? We have the free method, and that's what we talked about online. And yeah, they stay consistent as long as you're posting. And then we have a method that we're coming out with to teach you how to do Facebook ads if that's what you want to do. Someone else asked a question, can we get some results from people that have joined a couple months ago? Yeah, sure. As soon as you join the system, you're going to see testimonial after testimonial inside my group.
Audio is messed up.
She knows. So we got people who already have deals under contract, people sending deals to the lender. That's not a problem whatsoever. I know this thing works. Jessica's in the group, so she can tell you that people are commenting this absolutely works.
Well, so my ISA is the one who's working it. So y'all know I'm busy anyway in my market. And we've been doing Facebook ads and Facebook group posting, marketplace. I mean, you guys who are in the inner circle, know that we have been doing this for years and years. And so, Paige is she's just been with me for 2 weeks, so she's brand new. So she is implementing this system. And what do you think of the results so far?
I love it. I mean, a lot of people that we've touched base with, we would have never had any way of contacting them if we wouldn't have had the chatbot. I
Yeah.
mean, I love it just because the chatbot starts a conversation with them, gets all of the things that we would ask anyway, and then we can jump in on there anytime and have personal interaction with them, which I think that they love.
Yeah.
Because they know, okay, well, yeah, I'm talking to a chatbot to get my information, but then someone who's an actual person is actually interacting with me and wanting to set an appointment with me and is wanting to know what I want.
Well, and the cool thing is the sequence so the funnel that he's built that he's actually going to put in your mini chat. You don't have to go in there and build all of that. That in itself, I had somebody do that for my Megamon page for you ladies back in December for the people that went to my business page. I paid him $450 just for the one funnel. And so that's why when he approached me about this, I thought, oh my gosh, this value is huge. And if we can bring this back to our moms and they can have success with it, I mean, I just felt like it was a no-brainer.
Awesome. Hey, I want to address one question that came in about a refund. So someone said, hey, if I sign up today, and can I get a full refund if I don't like it in 30 days? So the answer to that question is absolutely not. Okay. I am opening Pandora's box. I'm taking you behind the curtain and showing you the magic trick. Once I've shown you the magic trick, there are no refunds. But there's one exception to the rule. I don't want you spending money if it doesn't work for you. This is the definition of work for you. If we set everything up and 30 days goes by and you don't get any leads, I'm more than happy to give you back every single penny that you paid. Knock on wood, that hasn't happened yet. So I know this system works. So you have to understand is that I can get 10 different leads to 10 different agents, and I promise you I'm going to get 10 different results, right? So my guarantee stops with the I will get you leads. Now, we do have coaching every Tuesday to teach you how to convert those leads. Jessica's also going to be jumping in and helping you guys best practices to convert those leads. But you're hearing directly from our ISA right there that they're just coming in like crazy. As a matter of fact, I think Jessica did a video yesterday where she took her phone and she just started scrolling all the darn leads that were coming in. I mean, that's
I get notifications. I mean, that's just how it's set up. So anyway, we have, lead and these are like leads that are giving us all of their information. So anyway, it's pretty cool.
And Amber just asked a question and I want to direct it. Amber said, how many funnels do we get? All right, Amber, I'm going to answer your question and then I'm going to illustrate a point. All right. So you get 12 different campaigns. All right. So we have campaigns for buyers, sellers, move ups, 12 different ones that you can use. But, and I'm not picking on you, I'm just brilliant at a point that was covered in the webinar. And that is the exact reason that we repeat things at the end, because you probably stepped away for a second and you missed that.
Missed it too. So we get 12 different campaigns. And one of those is a seller campaign, right?
There's 4 seller campaigns.
4 seller campaign. Okay.
Yeah, 4 seller campaigns.
Okay. And then there's like PDFs and things where part of the campaign, you can say, click here to get this download or whatever, goes to the chatbot, and then the chatbot sends them the download that you already have created.
Yep, and then the next day it asks them, hey, thanks for getting my report. Were you interested in buying or selling property? And then it takes them through the sequence. So I've got like 5 different things from saying, what is the conversion rate? All right, so let me tell you the answer that you do not want to hear, because I'm just a truthful type of guy, all right? We can't control conversion rates, all right? The only thing that you can control is your ability to engage with them once they've raised their hand and said, I want to buy a house, and get them over to a loan officer, right? That's the only thing that you can control. Some are going to have good credit. Some are going to have bad credit. Some people can't finance a piece of bubble gum. It's your ability to take them through that process to cultivate that lead to get them to the closing table. So I'm not going to throw out some arbitrary number and say, we've got 6% converting. I can't control that. I control leads. But what I can control is the fact that they're jumping on your calendar and they want to have a conversation, right? So that's never been done before. So Jessica, how many people do you know of that came through the system, they jumped on your calendar to have a conversation about real estate, and you never even talked to them before?
At least 20 or 25.
Yeah. Well, and there was a lot of them that even I had talked to them before, but because we posted, it reignited the conversation. But I mean, yeah, majority, I would say 75, 80%, we didn't know. These are people that we wouldn't have gotten the lead otherwise.
And Jessica, how long have you been in the business?
15 years. But I just want to illustrate one more thing. I know you're going to ask another question, but we would have got it otherwise. And I had been posting my first time home buyers ad, which you ladies who are in the inner circle, you know what I'm talking about. So I have been doing what you're doing. I have been doing the exact same thing, posting in groups. So for whatever reason, you know, the conversion, the way you worded it, I don't know. It just blew up.
Yeah. So Jennifer just asked, hey, she's a little concerned. She said, hey, I only got like 100 Facebook likes. Is that going to affect things? No. All right. So the bot I nicknamed Gizmo, the bot actually works off of your Facebook page, but it has nothing to do with any likes, comments, or shares, or nothing like that. So you're completely 100% safe. Kalia says, will this work as a new agent? Beyond a shadow of a doubt. Listen, if I had this when I first started 15 years ago, oh my gosh, we used to chase down every single lead. When Jessica started 15 years ago, this technology didn't exist. And I know it because I'm the creator, I'm the inventor. I was in bed one day and I'm thinking, wow, how amazing would it be if people just jumped on my calendar? Like if I woke up in the morning and I'm like, oh, I got 4 people that want to buy a house today. I mean, how would that change things? And you just heard from her ISA that she has about 20, 25 people that just jumped on the calendar. Those are conversations that you wouldn't have otherwise. A couple questions coming in. How long is it going to take to get set up? All right. So textbook answer is 10 to 14 business days. Right now, we're running about 4 to 7. So it is first come, first serve. So what happens is after you enroll, you're going to be taken through an onboarding process where we're going to ask you to fill out an onboarding questionnaire. That onboarding questionnaire does have a few steps you have to do while we're building your bot in the background. You could be up and running as soon as Friday. So like I said, they're first come, first serve as they come in. Somebody else asked, do we have to have access to your Facebook page? Yes, we have to have access to your Facebook page. That's one of the setup things that you have to do is to give us admin access.
Kelly asked me how much I was spending on Facebook ads, and I haven't spent any money on Facebook ads for this. I'm only running one Facebook ad campaign right now, Kelly, and it's for a listing. So it's not even, it's just to get views on it. So it's not even related. So all of that, the results that she has gotten and the contract that we wrote this week was all free.
Perfect. So, Katie asked a question. She goes, hey, can I sign up in 30 days? Katie, you can sign up whenever you want if I have spots available. Okay. I'm telling you right now, I'm looking at the stats. I'm only have a few spots that's left for this particular launch. When we relaunch again, by all means, yeah, we've got a spot available. Jump in. I understand that everyone can do this right now, but I can tell you this. The 165 entry point is going to be the last time that we do the 165 entry point. We will go to 997 for 1 year. And then probably in 30 to 45 days after that, we're going to go to $997 plus $97 a month. The reason we're doing that is because as this system grows, I've got to bring in more and more staff. We're working 16-hour days just to keep this alive and fresh for everyone answering questions. I mean, you'd be surprised the Facebook chat lives I'm doing with people at 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm dedicated 100% to everyone having success with this. Now, it doesn't mean that it's difficult. It's just that I have different levels of technical experience with different types of people, right? So I have a rule, no agent left behind. I'm not the type of guy that wants to come in and sell you a system and hope you make it. I'm going to do everything in my power to get you up and smooth. Someone said, can you lock in your payment for $997? Yeah. Amber, if you get in at $997, that's for 1 year. And then on month number 13, you just go $97 and it's month to month after that.
Yeah. Okay. Jennifer was saying that she wanted it to go live on March 18th. And so, I would just say that's perfect timing because you can actually, jump into some of the trainings in the next couple of weeks. And then when you are back and ready to go live, you're going to be 100% prepared.
And another thing to think about, because I didn't really emphasize it enough on the webinar, I do have a 90-day same as cash. So even if you jump at 165 right now, if you contact support anytime between now and 90 days and say, hey, Dwayne, I want that $997 deal, you can just pay the difference and still lock in that price.
Well, because a lot of us, have closings and things, and we have maybe a larger commission check coming in 2 or 3 weeks, so you can get the process started for 165.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I should have emphasized that. And that was a deal.
You'll deduct the 165 from the 997.
Oh yeah. Every penny they spend. Carmen asked if she pays $997 now and nothing for the next 12 months, and it's $97 a month. Yeah, that's right. So $997, nothing for me, and then it's $97 a month number 13.
I'm trying to find the link. Somebody's asking for the link.
Let me put it back in there. It's Modern Digital Agent /go.
Okay.
A matter of fact, let me see if I can. Remember the internet crashed earlier?
Yeah.
And it crashed a link that I normally throw out there. And
yeah, Robin, ManyChat is $10. And so I've had ManyChat for well over a year now. And I always thought, oh, it'd be really great if I could figure out how to use this with real estate, because it was really clear how to use it in my coaching business, a little bit easier. But the real estate, I was just struggling with how to build the funnel. And so anyway, I'm really excited. That's really the longest thing. The thing that takes the longest time is building the funnel, because you really have to be thoughtful of, okay, if they say this, then this happens, or if they say this and this happens. And so there's a lot that goes into that.
Yeah, it took me a full 90 days working sun up to sundown to get everything built out.
ManyChat's month to month, Morgan. But you need to use ManyChat because that's the only one that you guys do the back end on, right?
Yeah. It's $10 a month for ManyChat up to 500 subscribers. And then after 500 subscribers, it goes to $15. But trust me, if you've got 500 leads that you're nurturing, you want to spend an extra $5.
Right.
Kalia, welcome to the program. She said, I did it. Yoo-hoo! Welcome to the program. Oh, yeah. So the quick math, someone says, hey, what's the real difference between if I did the $495 or even I broke it up and, if I did 97, it's $668. That's what you're saving. First year savings is going to be $668. So if you're able to do it, great. But if not, hey, you still get the 90-day savings.
You can use. Okay. Will you shut the door for me? Okay. You can use the Calendly. That's not a problem. So he likes, what is it, Schedule Once, I think?
Yeah, I use Schedule Once, but you can use any calendar app that you want.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know what that is, it's an online tool that will integrate directly with Google. So on your phone, someone won't schedule time to talk to you when you're out there in the middle of a listing appointment or doing something else. So it kind of works hand in hand. You can use any one that you want. I just like using Schedule Once. But if you already got Calendly, that you can use that.
And right. Make sure to get me a list of all of my ladies who are signing up so I can create our private group.
Oh, yeah, of course. Someone said, how do they sign up to ManyChat? So once you sign up, you're going to get 2 emails. Okay, you're going to get email from Pay Kickstart, which is our payment processor. It's going to have step-by-step for what you to do on there. And then it's going to take you to a link for our onboarding through our website. And then it's going to give you the steps that you need to do. And one of those steps is doing the ManyChat thing. So everything's completely out.
We have several people asking, do you have a lot of people in the same market? And what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, good question. So my thought process is that there's enough of business to go around for everybody. It's completely insane for me to do a webinar and then say, hey, sign up today. But if you're in Chattanooga, you can't sign up. So I can't control that. If someone calls me and I happen to know that there's a market that's kind of saturated, I'm purposely going to say, hey, maybe it's not right for you at the moment. But there's the way we're doing it with Facebook groups. There's tons of groups, so there's not really a problem with oversaturation, especially if you're going to do Facebook ads. I mean, that's like saying how many agents are in your market. I mean, I talked to a guy in Denver the other day, and they had 30,000 realtors in Denver. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So it's crazy. So there's plenty enough business to go around for everyone. Now, I am going to encourage you to join groups that have at least 20,000 members. Now, there's a reason I'm going to ask for that, because even if there's 5 people in a geographical market and you guys are posting to these groups, the chance of everyone seeing all your posts at the exact same time is going to be nil. I mean, Jessica, have you run into any problems with other agents in your market?
No, and I do have a small market, but I'm not worried about it because, like I said before, the whole 80-20 rule, everybody has access to the same information. How many people actually take advantage? And so I even think that applies to people who purchased your program. There are going to be those who just let it sit there. And you know what I'm saying? So I just don't even focus on any other person what they're doing in my market. I know what I'm going to do and I can control my efforts. And that's why we're successful.
Yeah. So Becky asked you a direct question. She wants to know if it's working for you.
Becky, yes, it's working for me. So we've been doing it just a little bit over 1 week, and I've only done one campaign, which was the renters to homeowner campaign. And we had over 200 people interact. So that means they clicked on the link, it went to my bot, and then started interacting with the bot. We had at least 80 people send us their complete information. So their name, phone number, what they're looking for, are they approved with the lender? And then of those, she said 25, 30 actually booked a call with my ISA. So what happens is Gizmo, once it takes them through the whole process, it says, okay, now it's time for you to get in touch with our agent or whatever he calls it. And it gives a link to her calendar. So they just click on the link to the calendar and they select a time that works best for them, which means they're going to answer her phone call. I mean, she's brand new. She is brand new. And she, you know, when you're new and you're calling people and then they get upset like Realtor.com or Zillow, or they just don't answer at all, it can be discouraging. And that's not happening. They are like totally receiving her. So it's really awesome. I mean, and then from that, we've had 5 people actually get approved. So we're also having the lender contact them. We've had 5 people get approved, and we've already had 1 person write an offer on a property. The other 4 have signed buyer's agencies. So yeah.
You got 5 approvals?
Yeah, we had 5 approvals. I can show you the spreadsheet.
I'm not charging enough. What's your average commission there? At least $3,000?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, our average is around that. So
yeah,
yep.
So that's $15,000 once they close off of free leads. That's exciting.
I was reading a question. What was that?
That's $15,000 minimum.
Oh yeah.
Close off of free leads that you got.
Well, and the ones that have followed me, they know about 4 months ago, I decided to quit Zillow. So I've been phasing it out. And trust me, my competitors are taking my spots. You know, some people, agents that actually worked with me and I trained, they have left and now they're buying the premier agent spot that I was paying for that they weren't even working, you know, because I was sending them the leads. And I'm like, okay, this right here, it's not going to cost me anything. And we're going to take over the market. So I am so excited.
Yeah, Colette asked, what about an agent who's not already active in online groups? So that's actually one of the first things that we're going to teach you to do. We're going to have you join some local buy, sell, trade, yard sale community groups that have a lot of people. So that's a ramp up process. You can't go out there and join a bunch of groups tomorrow because Facebook will block you from doing that. But that's part of the process if you want to use the free methods in order to get leads. So we're going to walk you through that process and show you how to get those groups into your Facebook.
My tolerance level is high, ladies, because I have been posting for years on Facebook and Facebook groups and Marketplace. And so we definitely start kind of easing yourself into that. And I even created my own group, buy, sell, trade, for real estate specifically, which actually, you know, grew pretty quick. So you could also try that as well.
Yeah, so Train said, I hope I'm saying your name right, Train. So she goes, hey, this is divine trading. I hope it works for me. Jess, would you say this is the next wave? All right. So Jess, I'm gonna let you answer that, but I want to answer it first because now that got me excited. All right. So I've been doing online lead generation as a realtor for 15 years. And I don't care what you do, but if you do something for 15 years, you tend to get pretty good at it, right? This bot thing is a game changer, but it's not for everyone. I mean, look, we got 61 people on the call right now. You guys saw the comments that was coming through. We had 4 or 5 people who are like, get to the price, I'm impatient. You know, so digital marketing is it's evolving is where I'm going with that. It's evolving. And what works today may not necessarily work tomorrow, but I guarantee you this. I'm on the cutting edge of what's happening out there. So when things go awry, there's going to be something else. Right now, Facebook is hot. I don't know what's going to be in 6 months, a year, 2 years. I don't know. But as one of the things that I do with my company is you never, ever pay another setup fee. So if you are with me and bots are great, but now they got this new thing coming out. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen this as a little bitty plug. They now make these 3D goggles that you can walk through a house doing a virtual tour and then send that file to your customer, and your customer can walk through the house right through those goggles. Boom, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's now coming out. Maybe it gets popular. You know, they're in negotiations with Zillow for that. So you can go to Zillow and just download the file and then walk through the house. I mean, come on. Who would have thought about that? But here's the point.
Yeah.
When things change in business, I'm going to be there. And then I never charge another setup fee ever. As long as you're with my company and you're paying at least $97 a month, you're going to be on the top cutting edge of technology and what's happening out there in the marketplace. I guarantee you that. So what do you think about her question, Jessica?
It is, yeah, for sure. And I knew it a year ago. That's why I brought to the inner circle, I brought Kristen in January of last year, because she had this amazing bot system that I thought was just so cool. But like she said, we weren't ready for it then. I don't know why. You know, I saw the potential, I saw the value, but we weren't ready for it. The consumer wasn't ready for it, but now it is. And you'll notice if you go to other pages, other sectors, even, you will start interacting with the bot. We're getting notifications when we pay for something through PayPal, you know, on our messenger. So I think as a consumer, we are more, they're understanding it more. It's not like it's evasive of privacy. You know what I mean? So we're going to be able to use it. We're going to be right there where the people are.
All right, so Donna said, up now, absolutely, don't want to hold you hostage. All right, so if anyone got in before and they didn't do the $9.97, and by the way, there's another question asking what's most people doing. I'm looking at our Stripe account right now. Most people are doing the $9.97 because you get the $668 first savings value. But if you got in less than that, you just got 90 days. All you got to do is reach out to support. There'll be an email that shows you how to do that. Say, hey, you know, I want to pay my balance off. As long as it's done with the $9.97, every penny that you've paid up until then is credited, and you'll be good to go.
Awesome.
So as a matter of fact, I'm going to stick around. I got 61 people on this webinar, so I am not going nowhere until that thing says 0. So if you've got things to do, you're welcome to bounce. I don't want to make you feel that I'm holding you hostage, but I want to make sure that everyone gets their questions answered because I have about 12 spots left. So
did we answer all of y'all's questions? I'm scrolling through trying to find, I think we've answered, let's see.
Yeah, typically from my experience, if they're hanging around, they're waiting for someone else to ask the question.
You know, and I did want to point out something. You know, people, we are all paying, or a lot of us are paying for Zillow, Realtor.com leads. I was paying over $1,000 a month. This being $997 for the entire year, that means it's 1/12 of my budget for online leads. So anyway, that's why I think it's such a game changer. And I've got a lot more leads than I got with Zillow and Realtor.com. We've got over 200 people that we can put in our database just in 1 week. And with Zillow and Realtor, I mean, that I would be lucky to get that in 6 months.
Yeah, Colette said, hey, where do you go to commit for the 90-day same as cash? Just it's on this webinar. Just go to the Go page and choose a $495 or a $165 option. I know that offer is with this group, so we'll tag you in the system, so don't worry about that. So just get signed up with the $495 or the $165 and just let us know when you are ready to go, you know, to do the $997, and we can charge your card the difference, or you can give us a different card, whatever you wanted to do.
Yeah, Donna asked if the it's actually $165 that you would pay today, and then you can pay the difference within the next 90 days. So yes.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely can. And Babita said, that's a question to you. She's asking if you're setting up a group for this. Yes, Jessica is setting up. You'll have access to my group as well, but she's going to have a private group specifically for mega moms that are on the bot. So maybe we'll call it mega mom bots. I don't know. So,
yeah, we'll do that. I think that, I'll create it today. He'll get me a list of everyone and we will put it up. Tamika, yes, for sure. You can use it in 2 markets because it's just whatever groups you are joined to, that's what's going to link to your backend account. So you can actually group those together. So when Dwayne walked me through my setup, he's like, oh my gosh, how many groups are you part of? Because it was like, 450 groups or something. It was huge.
You're one of the largest ones that I've seen so far. Really? You have a lot of groups.
So, all you do is type in, we typed in Montgomery County, created a group for that. So then it's just a matter of, okay, we're going to the Montgomery County. That's what we're posting today. And so that's what you'll do, Tamika. So yeah, absolutely. Work as many markets as you want. And you know what? Work my market, send me referrals. I'll take them.
Yeah, and Katie said she's partnering with her lender. Can her lender have access to the training? So yeah, absolutely. So, but I want to caution you on just one little bitty thing. So, I'm in the business of, helping people and, supporting my family. So If a lender's logging in and they're working your leads, absolutely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, add them to your mini chat account, let them tag team those leads with you, have them come on the training calls. I have no problem with that. If your lender wants to start using this to start generating leads to like push out to other agents, they need to buy a license. So it really depends on what they're trying to do with it.
True.
Yeah.
Well, I think if you trust your lender, but what we're doing is, so you have to get the link to your lender's application, and so you can actually choose 2 or 3 lenders. So you could partner with the lender, say, hey, I'm going to send you leads. Will you pay for a third of it?
Carmen asked a question, and good question. Doesn't mean to interrupt you, but I want to address this. She said, hey, if you post too many in Facebook groups, can you get banned? The answer is absolutely. So our poster, we're going to teach you to post slowly, and you have to build up a tolerance level. Like Jessica's able to shoot out 40 posts a day, no problem. So if you normally don't post a lot, we're going to have you post maybe 10 posts a day, and we're going to space them 90 minutes apart. Now, if you go in there and you try to do like a post every 15 minutes, then yeah, it's going to block you. Now, it doesn't ban you. It just temporarily suspends your ability to join groups or comment in groups. But you got to take it a little slow to begin with until you build up that tolerance level. Like I said, Jessica's been doing this for a while, so Facebook's used to her sending 40 plus.
And a back into that is, let's say that does happen. It's not the end of the world. Just go ahead and do a Facebook post on your business page, run an ad to it for $5 a day or something like that. I mean, the way I look at it, if that's a pretty low cost for lead acquisition. You know what I'm saying? You could also do marketplace ad. You could start your own group. There are ways to kind of get around it, even if you were flagged for some reason.
Yeah, and we cover that a lot in the training, because you're joining groups, and it's always best to control the asset. So it's an advanced. We're not going to start off tomorrow doing that, but eventually we're going to show you how to run and operate and build up your own groups, so you're the only realtor in that group. And especially if you want to build that group and co-brand it with the lender, then you can be the only lender and the only realtor in that group, and you guys can just completely 100% dominate. So Tracy asked a question, does it go to the CRM? So here's the deal on the CRM. 2 things. One, you don't have to have a CRM, because I teach you in the course how to manage all the leads through ManyChat. But to answer your question, as long as your CRM has a Zapier account, a Zap, then yes, it can be zapped right into your CRM, no problem whatsoever. Robin says she's actually created her own groups. Yeehaw! Yeah, you're a step ahead of the game. Exactly. Amber says she just purchased. Welcome to the system, Amber. And if you're still on, and if I haven't welcomed you, I am so sorry. We got so many orders coming in right now, I can't keep track of the chat. But just to let everyone know, we do a welcome training call every Monday at 5 p.m. All right. So you'll want to make sure that you sign up for that. You'll get a link, through your email to sign up for Monday's night's call. But make sure that you're on that call. It's kind of an overview of the system to get you off to the pace. And also just to let you guys know, I've got 24-hour, 7 days a week chat support on our website. So if you're going through some of the setup processes and you're like, hey, what's this? All you've got to do is go to there, and they'll be able to help you out. Beyond a shadow of a doubt.
So we're not putting it automatically into our CRM. I just wanted to throw that out there. So the reason is she's managing it on the chat and in ManyChat. And so once she has the actual interaction, that's whenever we feel like it's worthy to put in, because I don't want to blast somebody with a bunch of things that they may not be ready to hear. You know what I mean? So and that may be why we're having a pretty good conversion, because we're making that personal touch with them. Even if they didn't book a call with her, if they give the phone number, she's calling them and they're answering. So
one of the things I might be interested in doing jointly with you, Jessica, I'll put you on the spot here. So I'm going to be doing a lead conversion virtual summit. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together people with different experience levels, specifically on converting leads. Mm-hmm. And then do an internet conference summit absolutely for free.
Awesome.
And so if you're having good luck experiencing, I love what you said. Hey, I'm putting that personal touch in there.
Yeah.
That's what agents need to hear on how to do that.
Yeah.
Because no one's really taught them to do that. So once they can learn to do that, they're going to increase their likelihood to get the engagement. And I want to put a plug in for what you said as well. I do the exact same thing. They don't go into my CRM until I've had a conversation. If they've been trying to do, huh?
You clog your CRM up, and you get overwhelmed. It's like, where are all these people? I don't know who that is. What am I supposed to do? And then, it's, no, we're not going to do like that. So.
Yeah, Kalia said, hey, when's that training going to be? So I just got out of a mastermind marketing conference, and we kind of put our heads together, and that's I'm going to be starting putting that together like this week. It's probably going to be a 60-day event, until we actually launch it. This is going to be a big deal. This is like, I'm going to have thousands of people on this conference. But just to answer your question, what you need to know right now is every single Tuesday, I do a live training, either me or my wife, and she's as equally as good as I am, if not better. We do a training every Tuesday at 5 p.m. and it's specific to lead conversion. That's what we talk about, because I 5,000% guarantee you're going to get leads. That's happening. Then the next step is we got to teach you how to convert.
And Dwayne, I don't know if you're okay with this, but Katie and the ladies in my group, what I think I'll do is screen share, and I'll show you how I'm doing it. So just another perspective of how I'm going into the back end, copying the post, how I'm getting the spin tags. Like, there's a few little steps, and trust me, I am not technically savvy. Okay. It took me a little bit, but if I can figure it out, you can figure it out. So, okay. Katie, the link to sign up again.
Yeah. I'll throw the link up real quick. And Katie said that, hey, she's a little concerned because she's a little technically challenged. I want to specifically address that real quick. Let me get the link up there, because I know a lot of people are thinking that, and I want to give the best answer I possibly can. So I want to put some attention to it. Okay. So I do not expect you to learn 15 years of real estate digital marketing experience over a weekend course. That's not happening. So in our course, we've broken everything down step by step, paint by numbers. And if you get stuck along the way, you have 3 levels of support. Level number 1, everyone in my group, we all love one another. We're family. So you post it in our group, hey, how do you do this? Most likely someone's going to answer you. Secondly, we have 24-hour, 7-day-a-week chat support. Most of the time they can handle it. Worst case scenario, if they can't handle it, they're going to refer it out for a tech call. And then we do tech calls Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we alternate between mornings and afternoons. And we will actually remote into your computer and help you out get past that bump. All I need you to do is to continue to be patient in the process, because there are other agents that are also technically challenged. So our calendar does get a little booked. But it's like riding a bike. Once you've got it, you got it. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the times, things that hang people up on the tech side of things is once I log in, it's literally like click, click, and they go, oh, they just never done it before. That's all. So don't let that be a hang up on joining. I've got your back. If you're not having success with the program, then it's defeating what I'm trying to do, is defeating what Jessica's trying to do. As a matter of fact, I'm having a call. Oops, in 3 minutes that I forgot about. Okay, so I've got another call that I got to get to, and it's specifically for that. It's for people who are in the system.
Are the trainings recorded? That's what Donna wants to know.
Every single training is recorded, always. Yeah. So what happens is every now and then, if I see there's a bunch of people that are like, hey, I got 4 or 5 people that are technically challenged, I'll do a specific training for you. And that's actually what I'm doing here in 3 minutes. And I'm glad I looked at the clock. So I'm doing that training for those people. So you're not going to be left behind. Don't worry about that at all. We've got your back. If you can check your email, you're good. Now, if you can't check your email, I don't know. Maybe it's not for you. I'm just teasing. But it's really easy. Just point and clicks. You can definitely get through it. Ashley said she's in, but she's nervous. Hey, it's good to be nervous. You know why? Because you're growing when you're uncomfortable. If you're comfortable, you're not growing, right? So it's good to do new things so you're comfortable when those new things you're doing. All right. So this replay is going to be, it will go out and get posted. Jessica, when I get it, I'll give you a copy. So if you wanted to send it to other people, you can, and I'll get you a list so you can create your group that you wanted to create with everyone. And if you'll let everyone know, perhaps I've got, we have a few spots left. We'll leave this deal open until close of business today or until those spots fill up, either or. So the spots get filled up, I'll let you know. And again, I just don't want to bring on too many people at one time that I can't properly support. So I want to thank everyone for suffering through the webinar and our internet problems and all that stuff at the end there. And I hope we answered all your questions, and I welcome you to the program. I'm really excited to be able to share our knowledge with you to help you take your business to the next level. Jessica, do you have any closing remarks?
I can't wait to see your success, and I'll be here for you every step of the way. I'm learning the process just like you are. And anyway, I'm just really excited for you. I can't wait to see how it goes.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you so much, Jessica. You guys have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.